This isn't the first time the Prime Minister has misled Canadians when it comes to how our allies reacted to one of his decisions. When he withdrew Canada's jets from the fight against ISIS, he claimed that none of our allies objected, but we now know that isn't true. And here at home, we know all about his consultations. Right. Informing someone of a decision is not a consultation. Exactly. If the Prime Minister did consult the United States on the North Sat sale, as he claims, can he tell us if any objections were raised and exactly who he consulted with?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, every single transaction is subject to national security assessment. This is a multi-step assessment process, and the process was followed. We take the advice and feedback from our national security agencies very seriously, and based on that advice, we proceeded with this transaction. In this particular case, our security agencies did consult with key allies, including the United States, and I can reassure the member and indeed this entire House that we will never compromise on national security.
Mr. Speaker, in the scandal surrounding the high-tech company being sold to the Chinese without a national security review, the Prime Minister keeps saying that he consulted key allies. The problem is that senior U.S. leaders have said that they weren't consulted, and they're concerned about Canada's national security, more so than the Prime Minister is. Can the Prime Minister tell us when he met with those people, to whom he spoke? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, all transactions of this nature are subject to a security review. It is a multi-step security process, and the process was respected. We take advice from Canada's national security agencies very seriously, and we have confidence in their work. We proceeded based on their advice. In this specific case, national security agencies consulted the United States, and I want to reassure the member opposite and this House that we will never compromise national security. The Honourable Member for Louis-Saint-Laurent. Mr. Speaker, I asked a very simple, clear question. If the Prime Minister is so sure of himself, is he prepared to table all of the documents? Is he prepared to say who was consulted and when? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we take our responsibilities in terms of national security very seriously, and we work with and listen to our national security agencies. We have confidence in those agencies that examined the process, that followed the process, examined protection, consulted with our allies, including the United States, and recommended proceeding with the transaction.
Member for Parry Sound, Muskoka.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's story on the Norsat takeover is getting murkier and murkier by the day, indeed the hour, Mr. Speaker. We know these facts. It was the Liberal cabinet alone who chose to forego the National Security Review. That's a fact. It's a fact that the Prime Minister is claiming that our allies have somehow approved this, and yet those same U.S. allies are saying publicly that they have grave concerns, Mr. Speaker, so something is not adding up. And we ask again, take away the speaking notes. I would encourage the Prime Minister, take those away, just answer the question in the House. Who did they consult with? Which allies? What? The
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there is in place and has been in place for many years a process whereby national security concerns are addressed and followed. And the fact is we have our security agencies that went through the proper process in regards to this transaction, including consulting with our allies, including the United States, and signaled that we could move forward with this transaction. That is the process that is forward. We will never compromise national security, and as the member knows, we follow the process in this situation.
The Honourable Member for Parry Sound, Muskoka.
Mr. Speaker, why won't the Prime Minister be open and transparent in this House about who exactly was consulted on this deal? Which elements of the U.S. administration were consulted? What did they say? Mr. Speaker, we know through this transaction that the Liberals are trying to appease Chinese official interests as they move forward with a free trade deal with China. We know that, but we are concerned about Canadian security and we're concerned about North American security. Who did they consult with? Who did they consult with? Let us know.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we take very seriously our national security and always will. That's why we ensure that the process is rigorously followed for transactions of this type. Our national security agencies were engaged with this process, consulted with our allies, did the work they're supposed to do. On this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, we trust our national security agencies. We believe in their capacity to do their job as mandated by the government, and we respect the fact that they are able to do their work in full respect of the law and the principles that Canada lays out.
Member for Milton.
Mr. Speaker, I've listened to the Prime Minister very carefully today. This is not a question about trust in our national security agencies. This is about the competence and the negligence within the Cabinet of the Government of Canada. And it's simply this. They have many connections which they laud all the time in terms of talking to the United States. Did any single Cabinet Minister on the other side give a heads up to their counterpart in the United States and say, is this a good idea? Because I want to do a gut check. Because you know who's doing a gut check, Mr. Speaker? The Canadian public. And I want to know, who did they talk to and what did they learn?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member opposite is wrong. This is about trusting our national security agencies to do their job and follow the processes. Mr. Speaker, our national security agencies engaged in the rigorous process that we have forward, made determinations based on their investigations, based on conversations with our allies, including the United States, and reported to this government that it would be something we could move forward, that could move forward. That, Mr. Speaker, involves trusting our civil servants and our national security agencies, which on this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, we do.
The honourable member for Milton.
But, Mr. Speaker, the Canadian public elected a government to do exactly what we're supposed to do here, which is to take the information from the public service and make sure that the right determination is being made. They have failed abysmally in this decision-making. I have sat at this table and I understand fully the importance of weighing so many different variables in making these decisions. They are hiding behind the skirt of the national security agencies because they're afraid that they're going to be seen to not appeasing the Chinese government because of whatever they want to do. Mr. Speaker, this is wrong.
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to take this occasion to wish all public servants a happy National Public Service Week. After 10 years of a government that did not listen to our public servants, did not respect the work they did, did whatever it wanted based on ideology and not facts, we are proud that we respect our public servants, that we listen to them, that we expect them to fulfill their responsibilities with professionalism and accuracy, and that, Mr. Speaker, is exactly what our national security agencies do every day to protect Canadians and our interests.
We are seeing the interests of Canadians being put behind the interests of the Liberals and the appeasement they want to achieve with the Chinese. So our question, though, is simple. Who in the U.S. did the national security agencies consult with? It's a very simple question. Canadians deserve to know who was consulted with in the United States.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we trust our public servants. We trust our national security agencies to do the important work every day of keeping Canadians safe, of defending our interests. Our national security agencies went through the process. They consulted with our allies. They confirmed to us that we could move forward. That is exactly what we do. For the member opposite to suggest that somehow our civil servants are not up to the tasks they are given, that our national security agencies are incapable of doing their job, is quite frankly what we saw for 10 years and why they're now in opposition.
Honourable House Leader.
Let's try again. Either the Prime Minister doesn't know who these national security agencies consulted with, or he's misleading this House. Which one is it? And he can tell us right now. If he knows, would he please tell this House who these national security agencies consulted with in the United States? Put the talking points away and tell us, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, under the Investment Canada Act, there is a process whereby our national security agencies look at transactions, evaluate them in terms of national interests, consult with allies, including the United States in this case, and make a determination on whether or not it is safe to move forward. This process isn't a new process that we brought in. It's a process that has existed for many years, and our national security agencies and civil service have demonstrated their ability to protect Canada's interests and deliver on what we ask them to.